नमः। ॐ क्लीं कृष्णाय नमः। ॐ क्लीं कृष्णाय नमः। ॐ क्लीं कृष्णाय नमः। ॐ क्लीं कृष्णाय। Good morning, all of you. So here we are together for the third class of the GST, and in supply it is a second class. Now, very important is how to study every topic in GST. If you follow that, you will score marks like anything. When I come to ITC, we need to know some rules and we have to solve numerical problems. Value of supply, we have to solve problem clearly writing the notes, like central government subsidy will not include it. When it is coming to supply, under GST, mandatory question is asked for 4 marks. Base level we have completed yesterday, but the way they are asking 4 marks is they'll give you example. Okay, this is supply, this is not supply. Is it a deemed supply? Is it covered in negative list? Like that, few things are there, right? So to write it, very important is because we have to write 3 hours of exam. However, best notes I have given you, it is mandatory to write few things in your notebook. Like yesterday, I gave you parameters of supply. Supply should be either of goods and services. Now, what is goods? Everything which is movable, excluding money and securities. What is services? Anything which is done in way of service, right? Where you are not supplying the goods, but you are doing something and in return consideration is coming. Now, in return, money is not coming, consideration, because it could be sale, it could be barter, it could be exchange. So supply has to be for goods and services. It should be for consideration, not free. It should be in course of furtherance of business. Means it should be related to business. If you are supplying goods or services, personal basis, just one time you have sold the AC of your house, do you need to charge GST? No. But a person who is dealing in ACs, should he charge GST? Yes. Supply should be by a taxable person. The person who is supplying, he should be registered and taxable, then he can charge GST. Supply should be taxable supply. Now, there are some supplies which are exempt, some are nil rated, some are non-taxable. So, supply should be taxable. So, these are parameters of supply. If they are all there, then we charge GST. Now, in this today, we will check up more in section 7, that is schedule 1, 2, and 3. Schedule 1 is very beautiful. It is talking about, first we should know what is a distinct person. Yeah, some of you were also confused about distinct person. So today we'll break it into 2 parts. कल हमने क्या किया था याद है? One thing I want to ask you before I continue, do you want a revision of definitions or clear? Please watch that first part. There was a power cut and I had to break the class, so it was divided into 2 parts. But definitions I'm not going to teach again and again. Who is supplier? Who is recipient? What is business? Distinct person, someone messaged me, I'll clear it while making you write. And today we will write the core concepts, because in exam, whatever they ask, you have to write the answer in proper language. So that I'll make you write. and around 30 questions, 20 from my material and 10 from the institute study material backside. We are going to do till end. So stay connected. Anywhere you have doubt, chat box is on. Okay, chalo. Open your material. Notebook. First I'm making you write it in notebook. See, yesterday we have written what are parameters of supply. It should be for goods and services. It should be for consideration. It should be for furtherance of business by a taxable person, and it should be taxable supply. Okay, right. Now see, we know these are the parameters of the supply. In that, we are going to study 3 schedules today. Okay. What is schedule 1? This is all a part of section 7. And then we will study section 8, that is composite and mixed supply. Okay. So section 7 1C, or you can write schedule 1. Please try to write the subsections. Kitne yaad rahenge, I'll tell you. Jo bhi rahe, no problem. This one was section 7 1A. तो मैम बी क्या है? बी आई एम गोइंग टू टीच यू इन डिटेल. पहले सेक्शन 7(1)(c). दिस इज सप्लाई विदाउट कंसिडरेशन. Supply without consideration. Can I call it as deemed supply? Ma'am, when the supply is without consideration, suppose I am donating a laptop to a charitable institute. This is a supply, but without money. On what I am going to charge GST? But there are certain supplies like head office transferring the goods to the branch. Okay, it's my own branch. They needed in emergency. They had a good order. I sent them. So there may not be consideration, but do I need to charge the GST? Yes. On deemed supply, how it is charged, we will study in chapter 6. But are you following what is schedule 1? We will see 4 cases, wherein 4 cases we will see. I'll make you write those cases also, where this will be supply. Where this will be supply without consideration. The camera is off 2 minutes. You will continue writing. Schedule 1, is it clear? Have you written? This is supply without consideration. It is called as deemed supply. Next, after this, we will do schedule 2. Schedule 2, that is section 7(1) capital A. Okay. Schedule 2, now we know that whether you supply goods or services, it's a supply. But there is a confusion. So we will see whether this is, whether it is supply of goods or services. We'll discuss a very beautiful list in detail, whether it is supply of goods or services. Are you getting? See, I'll give you one example. Why we need to decide. What was the schedule 1? Deemed supply. 4 cases in detail we will study. And don't think that coming 45 minutes, ma'am, continuous theory pada rahe. Related to that, when we apply and solve the cases, it will be very clear to you. The second part, what I'm talking is, okay, it is supply. I have to charge GST. But ma'am, is it supply of goods or services? Now the basic logic says, kya hi farak padta hai? How does it make a difference? Because whether it is goods or services, we are charging GST, but then there are different rates. If I'm giving my vehicle for servicing, on all the job work, it comes under services. But if they change the brake liner, the engine oil, that product, what they are providing, the GST rate may be different. You go to a restaurant and eat a plate of idli, 80 rupees. That same idli we are getting in 30 rupees on roadside, right? Then why we are paying extra? Not only for the goods, the supply of the idli, but also the services. Sitting in an AC restaurant, we are ordering the food. So whenever there is combination of services, a clarity is given by the civic. Okay, that okay, this you take it as goods, this you take it as services. These are just base level example. When I do the examples, it will be like, yeah, we know that renting comes under services, and building which is constructed and sold and all comes where, like that. Okay, so this list will be clear. Now, the most easiest and repeatedly asked schedule is your schedule 3. If you can code the schedule name, nothing like that, that's the reason I'm making you write. Okay, what is schedule 3? Schedule 3 is called as negative list. One second, negative list right now. Schedule 3 we will study. Yeah, yesterday whatever we have studied for import of services also, import of services treated as IGST, for that also we'll make a separate flow chart. पहले ये कर लो. 7.2 schedule 3, it is called as negative list of services. See, there are certain services which are exempt, like hospitals. Are the doctors giving services when they are performing surgeries and all? Yes, but it is like very essential, very basic, so it is exempt, no GST. Certain services are actually taxable, but they are covered under schedule 3. For example, mortuary related services, crematorium related services, services provided by MPs, MLAs. These are the services on which GST is not charged. It's a very small list. Okay. For example, actionable claims. So there is GST on lottery, gambling, betting. Nowadays, that PUBG game online. Yes, GST is there. Other than that, it's an exempt list. Tell me, are the names clear to you? What is section 7.1a? Parameters of supply. 5 things you write in the answer sheet, you get marks. If you ask me, GST is a very practical subject, answer is no. Is it a theory subject? No, it's a combination. It's an act. So you have to understand it, apply it and write it. That's why mandatory to write this. Schedule 1, supply without consideration. Even if no money is coming, it is deemed supply. And when I'll show you the reason, you say, ma'am, correct है. पैसे नहीं भी आ रहे तो GST तो लगेगा. At least whatever input tax credit you have claimed, that much so you have to pay. Schedule 2, whether it is supply of goods or services, we will make a clarity for that. Schedule 3, negative list. So shall we start with supply without consideration? Schedule 1, it is called as deemed supply also. Detail now I am giving you. After doing these schedules, we'll make the flowchart of import wala. Schedule 1, deemed supply. 4 cases I'm giving you where it is treated as deemed supply. Okay. You need to repeat this. Once you repeat it, you will learn it. First one is, write down. Number 1. Permanent disposal of business asset on which ITC claimed. ITC is what? Input tax credit claimed. And see, there is no consideration coming in. Deemed supply, if you want, write in bracket here, no consideration. कोई consideration नहीं आ रहा है आपको. Now let me give you an example for this. For 1.1, if I give example, you will remember, recollect, apply and write. permanent disposal of the asset. Okay, let us take some nice example for this from here, from your books only. Suppose I have purchased any asset for my business. Team supply, 4 cases. Yeah. If an organization undertakes renovation of office and on the account transfers its old furniture on which ITC has availed without consideration to charitable institute. Okay. The same amount to permanent transfer or disposal, and it will be covered under scope of supply. Did you understand the logic? I have purchased a business asset. I use it for 2-3 years. Again, I have purchased 4 laptops at a time for my office. I used it. Now they have become little slower, older. So instead of selling it on online ya kuch bhi, I have decided to donate it to a nearby school. Next to my house is a government school, and I said, leke jao. Even if I have not sold it, I have scrapped it, or I have donated it, there is no money coming from the school. But when I purchased 4 laptops, say 4 lakh rupees, did I take input tax credit? Yes. When they are going out, should I reverse the input tax credit? Not whole. There's a rule how to reverse how much. That we will do in chapter 6. But logically correct hai ya nahi? When I purchased the asset 4 lakh, I claimed 18% GST. Now the asset is going out. If I sell it, on sales recover the GST. If I don't sell it and transfer it, there's no consideration. Then there's a way to calculate deemed value, and I'll have to reverse at least unused part of the ITC. I'm not using any high funda term. And please wait for 45 minutes. Allow me to give you notes and teach you logically like this. When I apply this and solve 30 questions, पक्का 30 example करेंगे, तो ये बिल्कुल clear हो जाए. Clear to all of you? Read it once more if you want, and any doubt you have, both the chats are on, so ask me. We are doing supply without this consideration. Okay. Right, deemed supply. This includes all the supply made by a taxable person, even if the same is without consideration. Okay. Permanent transfer or disposal of business asset where ITC has been availed on such asset. Okay, these are the name of the 4 cases. एक साथ भी लिखा है आपको revision के लिए, and अलग अलग भी लिखा है. Any kind of disposal or transfer of the asset, even though without consideration, qualifies as supply. Underline this. This clause is wide enough to cover transfer of business assets from holding to subsidiary for nil consideration. Superb. One more example. The law requires that transaction should be treated as supply only when ITC has been availed. अब ये तो अच्छा है. I can tell you the same topic is there in final, but more detail. फिर से एक बार example. I am holding company. You are subsidiary company. I purchased 4 laptops. I took the ITC. Now I'm not selling it, but I'm giving to my subsidiary company. ये लो. Holding subsidiary transfer of asset. You remember section 46 of capital gain. If there is transfer of asset from holding to subsidiary, it's exempt. Income tax is exempt. But GST तो लगेगा. And logically it's correct, because when I purchased, I claimed ITC. Now let me pay ITC, and what ITC I will pay, the subsidiary company will take as ITC, and the chain will continue. Please take in-depth time as many times as you want to repeat, and this lecture is live in YouTube. From tomorrow it will not be live in YouTube. Notes I'm giving in Telegram. Whosoever wants can take the printout of the notes, but classes will be on Zoom from tomorrow, and lectures are uploaded in the app. 2 बार देखो और वापस, और इसको पढ़ो और 4 out of 4 marks लो. ये compulsory है. Supply chapter is not like हाँ 15 मिनट में कर लिया and हो गया. Then that pen doesn't flow in the exam. So the first case clear. आ जाओ second case now. Supply of goods or services between related person and distinct person. Now, yesterday we have done the definition of related person. Two common directors, one holding more than 25%, family, then spouse and children are relative, brothers, sisters and all are parents and all are relatives if they are wholly dependent on you, right? Or between distinct person. Distinct person, again I am saying, read this part, it will be clear. Separate registration with the same PAN means distinct person. A person with same PAN, same registration for two places, supply between them will not be treated as deemed supply. See, all of you should know that GST registration is state-wise. So with the same PAN, I have taken registration same for two places. One is my factory, another is my depot. एक ही premises आजू बाजू ही है. So it's not a deemed supply. But if the person with the same PAN, separate registrations, okay, it will be treated as deemed supply. Like, I want all of you to write an example here. Head office is in Hyderabad. Branch is in Chennai. Now, if I am supplying the goods from Hyderabad to Chennai, both are same. The firm's name is same. Say concept classes. It's same. Or goods है तो कोई और agency ले लो. Concept agency. Okay. So, head office is sending goods to its own branch. Pan India basis, it is same. But then the registration in Hyderabad is different. So, if there is any stock transfer from head office to branch, will it be covered? Yes. See, Raj, a CA, has registered office in Daman. He has also obtained a registration in Madhya Pradesh. Same PAN, same Raj and Associates, but two distinct person. Yeah. Establishment in another state, separate person, same. When a person has obtained or required to obtain separate registration in another state, it shall be treated as a distinct person. One more example now. I feel it's not very relevant, but क्या करें? Study material का example है और exam में same आ चुका है. It is same. Mahesh Enterprise, a registered supplier, owns an AC restaurant in Baroda. Okay, so he's registered where? Baroda. He has obtained a liquor shop in Hyderabad. You know, liquor is outside the purview of GST. Yeah. Since the supply of alcoholic liquor in Hyderabad is non-taxable, Mahesh is not registered in Telangana. In this case, the restaurant supply in Baroda and the liquor shop in Hyderabad shall be treated as distinct person. It's not registered, but है तो एक ही enterprise के दो part. If you supply anything from Gujarat to Telangana, it will be treated as deemed supply. Mark this example and this is very, very important for MCQ. ये पूछते हैं. Transaction between different locations with separate GST registration of the same entity will qualify as supply. Separate states, separate registration, same PAN, same legal entity, same name. Of course, it's a transfer. Raj Appellant transfers 500 jackets from factory of UP to Hyderabad so that same can be sold. Factory and retail showroom are registered in different states. Though no consideration is there, it will constitute supply. Listen, logically, Raj has sent the goods from Uttar Pradesh to Hyderabad, apne hi branch ko. But Raj has to take it as deemed supply. He has to charge GST so that Uttar Pradesh can collect GST, Hyderabad can claim ITC, Hyderabad can pass on ITC. Change